Alright guys, welcome to another tutorial. In this tutorial I'll be teaching you how to design like a creator. That's the flyer itself. I'm going to teach you how I created it. And let's just begin. So first things first, you can see the flyer itself. So I'm going to close this so we can start afresh. So let me just hide this so we can use for reference. Alright, so we want to select a white color to fill the canvas. Right, okay. Next thing, we want to import a layer. Right, we helped with the design, so we're going to use this one. Okay, so we're going to extend it. Just stretch it towards this angle. I think this part is where we want this part. I'm touching like this. So we're going to reduce the opacity. Okay, so you can lock that. Remember to always lock your images. So what you would do now is to set your grid. So usually I use or guideline, you can call this guideline. So usually I use 90 on the right hand, then on the left hand I use 10. So it's just like a margin of 10 on both sides, even the top and bottom too. Same thing, 90, 10. Alright, so let's start adding some things. So first thing first, let's add our text. So we want to start with design. Like A. So we're going to use the font. Most of you will be familiar with this font. MTN Bright Sans. So for this case we're going to use bold. Yeah, so we're going to increase the size. Let's make it 60 and see how it is. Okay, let's try 55. Okay, 55 is better, so put it in the middle. Then we duplicate. I'll still put it in the middle too, so it will align properly. But in this case now we want to reduce the color itself, so we don't want it to have any color, so we take it to the end. Remember, I'm touching this angle here, this transparent angle, so now there's no color there. What we want to do now is to add stroke to it to give it that outline that you saw in the design. So that's the outline. So now we're going to move it downwards. Now the outline is too thick, so let's reduce it, I think, to a stroke width of maybe 2. Okay, one is okay. Then we bring it backwards. Sorry, so we're going to do it this way, send to back. So I'm going to drag it to the top. I don't know, my phone is kind of glitching. Alright, so that we're good there. So let's change the color now so it can match. So now for the color itself I use a gradient because I wanted something unique and something attractive. So this was what I used. So I pick the color. In fact, I hide it. So I went to, let me select the text first. Then I went to color, gradient, then I think I chose this, not this, okay, this. So now let's pick this, the blue. Okay, then the lighter color, which is purple. Alright, so I switch it to this angle, and that's how I got this gradient. So now I'll repeat the same for the text below, for the stroke rather. Where's the stroke? I think I'm okay. Right here. So I'm going to use a gradient here. So you can see the change has been affected. Now it's time for us to position the outline well enough. So okay, I think this is better. Okay, this is better. So now there's one effect I did on the text, and a lot of people have been asking me how I did that. So let me just add that. Click on shape, then we're going to use gradient, then click here. We're going to make this white, pure white. Let me be sure that it's at the extreme end. Okay, then this, we're going to make it transparent. So we want to make that shiny effect on the text. So we're just going to do it this way. Let's just reduce it, pick it up a bit, then reduce again, stretch, so click OK. Now you see that it's too shouty. We're going to reduce the opacity. Let's just say to something like 80. 80 is fine. Let's reduce it a little to, let's say 75. That's the opacity. Okay, 75 is okay. Right, now it's time to add the next segment, or next side rather. So click here, copy, then we change it to our next text, which is creator. So increase the size. So we just want to make sure that the alignment is okay. Remember, we are just following through with design principles here, so that we don't go out of line. Let's use 97 on position. Let's see what the outcome will be like. So move it. Since the text is kind of slanted, I don't think alignment would give us what we're looking for. So we have to use the arrow option to move the text. Okay, 95 is okay. So we just use position to arrange it properly. Okay, I'm okay with this. So let's duplicate. So position it downwards. Okay, let's take away the color. Okay, so we'll go here. Wait, okay, it's a gradient, so let's just make it a normal color, then take away the color. Right, so it's transparent now, there's no color. So let's go to stroke to give it an outline. Remember, we used one, right? One, then make it the same gradient as the previous one. Then we try to bring it backwards. I don't know why, for some reason my screen, I don't know why my screen isn't picking from this angle, so I'll have to send to back and move it to the top. Yours might be different though, but my screen is just giving me issue this time around. Okay, I think I'm okay with this. Let's replicate the shiny object there. So move it towards this angle. Now if you notice, normally this white would have touched the background itself, but since it's a white background, it's flowing seamlessly. Now the next thing we want to do, we want to add another image, but this time around we're going to make it subtle in terms of the visibility. So since it's something about graphic design, I downloaded an illustration. Okay, so here's this illustration. Now I'm going to crop this design part out because I don't want that to show. In fact, it's not going to be visible as others. So let's just work with the opacity here. Okay, so we just want to make this angle. I want to take it down to this angle to reduce the opacity. I don't want it to be too visible. Okay, let's see if 5 is okay. Probably reduce the size a little bit. I didn't want it to be obvious. So okay, so I duplicated again and added to this angle here. Okay, so we have that done. Let's just lock it and take it downwards, send to back, send this to back too. So we can probably take it in front of this guy here, same with this. Okay, so I think we're settled with that. Next thing we want to do, we want to create the model where the model is going to stay. Now if you notice, we are focusing on the emphasis. We are laying emphasis on what we're trying to create emphasis here, like in terms of visual hierarchy. I've started with the headline, which is design like a creator. The next part I want to focus now is the model itself, which is under hierarchy there, because I want people to see who I'm using. So this is the model I'm going to use. I'm going to leave the link in the description where you can get all the resources I use in this video. Okay, so I think we'll reduce the size here. Okay. So I think we're okay with that. Let me just I want the face to be in the middle, so let me just position it like this. Right. Now the next thing we want to do is we want to add that effect by the side. So let's add a circle. So we want to click on shape, then select circle, reduce the opacity, then increase the stroke, then reduce the size. We want to take it close enough that we can't see the circle in between. Then we click on the gradient, then increase the blur radius, not too much. Let's just say something somewhat like 10 is okay. So click on that, so increase the color here, then we take it to the back. Okay, so here now we want to reduce the size. Okay, so we want to duplicate again to this angle, taking it to the back, Or let's place this in front so that. Okay, so we've achieved that. So let's start with this. Let's just rotate it well so it will be placed properly. Okay, so using the position to move it downwards. Rotate this a little. Then we position it downwards too, as well. So we'll bring this inside and bring this other one inside. Oops. Okay, I think this is this particular one is okay. So let's add one more thing, which is the line. So here we're going to rotate it. Okay. So take this to the front. Okay, I think we can lock that. Then let's focus on the next angle, which is the text. So we have created the emphasis here. In terms of hierarchy, we've done the text, we've done the subject. Now what's left is the text, like what people will read while they while they are looking at the design. So let's add this. So we're going to use a radius here. No, you can't say anything, so let me just give it a color. Now I didn't want to use the same color as the text, so I didn't go for a gradient. I'm going to change it to purple color. So I'm going to change it to purple color. So click here and just pick something related. Alright, I think it should be darker. Okay, so I'll reduce the size. The reason for this color is because it's part of this design. I think I should go with a lighter one. So let's stretch the size. Radius 15. Alright, I think let me give it more. Okay, that's good. So let's add our text. Sorry. So we write a 2D class, a 2D's class. So we're going to use Montserrat, but let's change the color to white. No, I don't think it's Montserrat I use. Let me use Nexa. Okay. So reduce the size. So let's just reduce this. Okay, so we position it. Right. I think that I should change the color to a more darker one. Alright. Okay, so let's duplicate this shiny stuff. So we just wanted to like create another emphasis there, just to make it pop. That's why we're using the shiny effect. Okay, let's lock that. Next thing we want to do is our write-up. We want to bring our write-up here. So I'll speed up that part because I know that you can provide text for yourself. So we just put the outline. Still using Excel. To use a font size of how many? Let's see. 18 is good. Let's make it 20. So here we just want to duplicate and make it lighter. So use Nexa regular. So I'm going to go copy the text from my notepad. Okay, so I'll try as much as possible to remove the emojis. We have that sorted out. Let's reduce the size to 18. I think we should add line spacing. Okay, so we'll move both of them towards the end. Then we'll duplicate this so we can get the bullet points, or the bullets rather, for the text. So I just need to align them properly. So you see, we're working with alignment here. It's very important to follow design principles. So let's take these two. Let's move them to the right. I think that's good. So we're going to change the color of these bullets to, I think we'll use purple here. Then I think there should be a bonus section. I'm suspecting this font size is too big. Let me see if I can reduce. 16 is good. Then we'll use the outline to 18. That's what I wanted to use before. So everything about design is just to look for the perfect size to make your design seamless and unique. So let's keep adjusting. Alright, so we're going to duplicate this side. So let's just take this so we can get the right alignment. We'll move it downwards. Okay, that's good. So we'll take it down to this part. And then we change the text to bonus. Then for this we're going to duplicate, take it here so that we can still have the same alignment as this. So alright, so we have the right one. Okay. So here we just want to write practical. Can't really remember what I wrote. Okay, so I think that's good. So let's just move the bonus section to the left. Okay, so we have an alignment on both sides. Then there's something I want to add, which is what's it called? Let's add a shape, a triangle to be precise. So let's just move it downwards and here, that's good. Just wanted a pyramid shape, so take this color, then we rotate it. So we're going to use we're going to take it to 180 degrees, then reduce the size, I think to the barest minimum. I think 2 is okay. Probably might increase it though. I just thought of putting this here just to create emphasis. It's not really necessary, it's just what I had in mind at that time of creation. In fact, I got the idea from this game Grand Theft and PES football. Like when the player is moving, there's this arrow that's pointing there. Okay, so I just duplicated another one. Let's see if we can move it. Oh, I just remember. Okay, it's good. I thought it was blurry. Usually when you reduce the size of a shape here, let's take it towards the end. So I was saying, when you reduce the size of the shape, it gets blurry, so you just have to be careful so you don't lose the quality. Sometimes you just have to recreate the shape again. Okay, so we have that sorted out. Let's do the last part, which is the name and the date for the event. So I'm going to write my name here. So I'm going to, what should I put? Which fonts? Okay, I'll use Nexa. Stick with the old fonts. Still reduce the size to probably 18. Is too small. Let's just use 20. I also want them to know who is convening the class, so the name has to be visible enough. Okay, so let's add the next side, which is width. So here I'm just going to type width. Can't really remember the font I use, but I'll guess probably Bilgi. Let's see, Beautiful Bloom if it's here. Okay, yeah, Beautiful Bloom, blah blah blah. So I'm going to change the color to the gradient, then increase the size. You know, it's a script font, so it's not going to be like others. We just want it to have a dynamic look, so let's put it that way. Okay, that's sorted out. Let's do the name. It seems like we'll rotate this line so we can have room for the other text that will come in. So let's rotate this probably towards this angle. Okay, that's good. Then we'll kind of take this inside. Remember, I told you that design is all about adjustment, so even when you've created something, you can still adjust just to make sure that you get the right organization of your elements. Okay, so let's create the next part, which is the date for the event or the date for the class. So I duplicated this, then what I did is I just wrote, what did I write? It was supposed to hold on the 17th to 18th July. I don't think if it would. Let's see. Okay, let me change the width. Okay, no, I won't change that. Just a minute. So let's duplicate it again. So we'll change this to July 20th. I mean 2022 rather. Then here we'll use reduce the font to a lighter width. So here now we reduce the size again so that they will fit. Okay, let me just remember I didn't remove this July, so let's increase it. So 21 is okay. We position it properly. Okay, so let's duplicate. I'm going to take this downwards. So dates. Alright, so we have date sorted out. So let's add the last thing, which is the time. (7 p.m. daily). So I want to lay emphasis on this. I think I should lay emphasis on 7 p.m. So I will just make only 7 p.m. bold. So I'll just click on fonts, then 7 p.m. click on Nexa and back. So you see we have created emphasis there. Okay, so that's how we do it. So if we turn off the guideline, you see that we've created another good design just like the previous one. Let's see if it's good or it's similar to front. So you can see this one is kind of bigger in terms of the subject, so let's just increase ours. So let's increase the subject here. Okay, so let's lock it, increase, okay, so that's it for today. So just save the design. Always ensure you save with the highest quality, so use Ultra, save to gallery to allow it to render and save. So that's how we create attractive designs like this, and also we ensure that we apply design principles, because using design principles always help designs to look amazing and exceptional. So this is all for today, and I'll see you in the next video. Ensure to subscribe.